Then I saw a sphere. It looked like a fisheye lens or a glass ball. Inside it, I saw fragments of reality. Lanterns, pine trees, a man in a festival hoodie, whose face I couldn't see, a wet road with puddles. I didn't physically move, but I could observe these moments closely, as if I could zoom in and out with intention. Welcome to Let's Lift the Veil. If these testimonies touch you, help us spread the word. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Every interaction helps these extraordinary voices be heard by as many people as possible. Keep sharing the light. Stay curious. Stay open. Let's lift the veil together. I was at a youth festival concert in Russia on June 9, 2023. Not exactly unhappy, but feeling a strange emptiness and uncertainty about life's purpose. I had a cold and was physically exhausted. After leaving the stuffy concert venue, I climbed onto a skateboard and fell off. The impact was sharp and sudden. I hit my neck hard on the ground. Feeling dizzy, I sat down on a curb and told my friend I was about to faint. He didn't believe me. He thought I was joking. Then everything went black. From that moment on, my mind seemed to slow down. Time felt distorted. What lasted only 5 seconds for me actually spanned nearly 2 minutes in real life. I began to hear what sounded like a choir, distant yet echoing inside my head. The sounds were sharper than usual, but also oddly accelerated. I was terrified. Although I was confused, I still had an acute awareness of my surroundings. I knew the voices were coming from behind the venue wall. Then I saw a sphere. It looked like a fisheye lens or a glass ball. Inside it, I saw fragments of reality. Lanterns, pine trees, a man in a festival hoodie, whose face I couldn't see, a wet road with puddles. I didn't physically move, but I could observe these moments closely, as if I could zoom in and out with intention. It felt like I was exploring pieces of the real world from a distance. I never saw my body from outside, but I could tell I was no longer connected to it. I was conscious, yet trapped in another plane. Most of all, I felt like I had a choice, either to stay or to return. Fear overtook me and I realized I wasn't ready to die, because I still had things to do here, and so I made the decision to come back. When I woke up, I was shaken, trembling, and terrified of fainting again. A nurse gave me ammonia to smell, which helped me regain my senses. But everything had changed. That experience, though deeply distressing, transformed me. I started to believe that maybe this world isn't entirely real. Maybe it's a simulation, a kind of complex game where each of us plays a part, an imperfect yet adaptive system. Since that day I've wondered if we're all players in a much bigger design. I've even tried to experiment to see if I could influence the circumstances around me. It's not clear yet, but I keep exploring. My life behind the veil. I haven't become religious, but I'm no longer the same. I've come to understand that death isn't necessarily something to fear. It might just be a passage, or maybe a return to the main menu. Before this experience, I didn't believe in an afterlife or anything spiritual. I considered myself an atheist, with no real connection to any religious beliefs. But what I experienced that day shook my view of reality to the core. Even though I didn't see divine lights or mystical beings, something inside me shifted. It wasn't a joyful or peaceful revelation. It was a harsh, anxious shock. What struck me the most was this strange feeling that life, our world, might be nothing more than a game or a simulation, something far more complex than we usually realize. Since then, I've started asking questions I never dared to before. Do we really have control? Can our will actually shape the game? Because I have noticed that with focused intentions, I can control circumstances in my life. Not sure how it works. I'm still researching and testing this skill to prove that it's real and controllable. This experience wasn't uplifting or comforting, but it was transformative. It made me choose to keep living, to make more conscious decisions, and to search for meaning, even if that meaning is still unclear. Thank you for listening to this near-death experience. If this story moved you, please consider liking, commenting, and sharing it. It's a small action for you, but it means the world to this growing channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next journey beyond the veil. Every click helps us give voice to these powerful stories. Take care of yourself and those you love. Until next time, keep sharing the light. Stay curious, stay open. Let's lift the veil together.